Hello my friends, today we'll continue and work with user registration. What we have for now, I have my server up and running. I see the admin interface, then on the main page I see page not found. It is not so good. Then I see the Swagger. I have a Swagger on the Swagger URL. And this is my repo. Here you can find my lesson, my branches, and every branches is connected to my every lesson. Now I want to put the Swagger on the main page. How can I do it? It's very easy. I open backend and main or root URLs, root routing, and just remove Swagger from here, from the route path. Save it, refresh my page, and now I see the Swagger on my main page. Okay. What we're gonna do next? Next, we need to load the fake user accounts into our database. For that, probably I will create a new folder and name it fixtures, and inside I create another new file, users JSON, and inside this file I put list of users here, and my users will be different types. First administrator, then male user or man, and female women. And I create a new dictionary or object, then create 3 keys, 3 sections with lists, and then create an administrator one. It has only username and password. It's enough for him. And then I will create male, then multiply several times, multiply by 3, for example, 3 male, 3 men, then female, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. And now I want to load such users by the command, for example, manage py load users. And of course, for now it is unknown command, and it does not exist. It doesn't exist, so I need to create it. And for that I have to create a new folder in my application, one of my application. I choose account, and folder under the name management. Then I got to create new file here, init file, init py, to mark it as a Python package. Then another subfolder, comments, and also create init file inside it. Then I open the documentation to see how can I create the command. So they say I did, and then I copy the example and paste it in the new file named load users py. Then I remove everything that I don't need here, this, and this, and print something. Print something out to make sure that my command is active in the system. So, did you mean load users? Yes, users, of course. Oh, now I see that my handle method is working. This is only one method I should to override. Then I need to read this file right inside my command. But first I need to know where is this file, so I need to define some variable in settings, for example here, and define the path to the fixture folder. Okay, let's name it fixture file and use this construction to make the absolute path, but instead SQLite, let's say I get up for one level from the backend, jump out from the backend folder and jump into fixture. And then I need to set user's JSON file, the name of this file. Now I can import this variable into my command somewhere here. From backend settings, import. Let's change the printing a little bit and insert fixtures file in this string, format the string with this variable. See what does it work or not. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, good. Now let's try open this file and read it with open fixture file for reading sf print. I will print the content of file using the functional method read. Okay, let's check it. Yeah, so for now I have a string which is the content of the user's JSON file, but I don't need the string here. I need the real Python dictionary, so that's why I need to convert this string into the dictionary. And to do so I need one library, import JSON library, JSON, and here I can use this library JSON, and the method loads and put the content of the file inside this method. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, for now I have a dictionary and I can loop over this dictionary, but before probably it will be more comfortable if I create some kind of variable and put this dictionary in, assign this dictionary to new variable, this one, and make a loop. Loop over this dictionary for item in JData, for example, but I will loop not through the whole dictionary, but only through this list, through administrators at first. So I put the administrators string here as a key and print item to see how does it work. Yes, now I got my administrator account. This account is represented as a dictionary, and what I'm gonna do now, just simply create an object of user profile. This is my model user profile, right? If I create an object of this profile and save it, it will be saved into this database. I import from account models, import user profile, and then here I create a new profile, new object of the class user profile. Then I save this profile. But before, I need to fill this profile with the data. To define username, set password, public name, is staff, is super user, something like this. And at the end I print something to my console. Oh, sorry, not user, but profile. Profile username. Of course, user is not defined because user should be here and here. I remove this line. And now it says me that unique constant failed. It's because I tried to create users that already exist in my database. Okay, let me remove it from through admin interface. I have such user admin, and I remove him. Go. Yes, I'm sure. And then try it again. Okay, my admin user was created. Let's check it. Yes. Now let me create the admin interface for the model user profile. I open admin py here, define the class user profile admin, then define the special variable list display property and list the whole fields that I need, and then decorate it with the decorator admin register and feed it with user profile class. But before, I need to of course to import this class from account models, import user profile. Let's see what was changed. Yeah, I got a new section, users, with my users profiles. Okay, let's close admin and everything. And of course, I can create another profiles from the JSON file in male and females in this manner, but I don't want to do it. I have more nice idea. I will create endpoint in my API, an HTTP request, put it in the Swagger, and I will use this endpoint, API endpoint, to add my users into the database, but making HTTP requests like the front end or browser does. And in this case, as I say, I kill two birds with one stone. I will test my API and fill my database with fake accounts. So first of all, I need to define URLs for my API. I will import another function, include, and use include. So define another path. So then I define the patterns URL for path. Then I use include, and I include another path to the pattern account, URL account, and then include another URLs from the account application. which I gonna create in a moment. I create another file, urls py, and here create an empty URL patterns variable. Now I get to create a serializer. Serializer will describe me the structure of input data to my endpoint. I make a new folder, serializers, and put the new file here. Let's say user request py. Then I import the package serializers, create a class, inherit from serializer, and add two simple char fields. Now I need the view or controller. Open view spy, remove everything in it, and then I will import what I need. I need a pview class, generic class from REST frameworks, then permissions, then the class response, the Swagger auto schema decorator, then my serializer user that I've just created. Then I define a class, registration view, inherited from IPI view generic class, a little description, then define permission classes. I allow for any, even for unregistered and unlogged users, unauthorized. Then I create a decorator and put the user request serializer into this decorator to make it possible to see inside Swagger interface. Then I rewrite the post method and just return simple response like message OK. And now I just need to insert my view inside the URL patterns in the URL spy file. I import registration view class and add this path to URL spy. So I see an error. Okay, I remove this registration. I made a mistake in the path. Okay, now I want to check it. Refresh my page and see the new endpoint. I can open it and even try it out from here and execute the request and see the response. Now let me open serializer and add here two additional fields: birthday with the type data fields and gender with the choice field type, with two choices, male and female. Then I save it, and if I refresh my page, I will see my new fields was added. Now I'm switching on the view, and here I define request body, but now I want to define the response body. And to do it, I just add the variable responses. Responses can be many, but I define only if it is successful response, and put it the same serializer. So invalid syntax, sorry, I need to put a comma here. And now if I refresh my page, I will see response structure and request structure, data structure. So now I can use my serializer inside the post method. I'm gonna create some object using class user serializer and feed this class with the request data information, and then I can save this object. Okay, let's see what will be going on. Registration, then try it out and execute, and I see an exception. You must call is valid before calling save, so I need to call is valid. Okay, if you ask me to do so, I will do it. Object is valid. Only after that I can use save method. One more time, and now it says me create must be implemented, so I need to create the create method into my serializer, something here, somewhere here. I import firstly my model, then define the save method with the parameter self. I will use this parameter to extract the data from the request. Then I create a new profile object and fill this object with parameters: username, password, birthday, gender. Then I save this profile and return the object. But here probably should be the method set password. Okay, let's check it out. Execute, and now I see message OK. Go to the admin interface, F5, and I see a new user. What's happened if I execute another one more time? Of course I see the exception because of unique constraint of the username field. So before the saving I need to validate my data and figure out if this username exists or not. So first of all I will add raise exception through inside isValid function to raise exception actually. To make a validator I need to define some function method. The first name is validate. It starts with validate, and then I need to set the name of this parameter, the field. Then I create a temporary variable boolean error. Then I try to find user profile object by the name of the value. Then if this profile was found, I switch this variable to true, accept pass. Then if I got the error here, I raise the exception and return, otherwise I return the value. You may ask me why I created this variable instead of just put the raising inside here. I tried it, but it doesn't work. I don't know. For some reason it doesn't work. Only this way it works. And let me show you how it works. So now I execute one more time, and I see this user name already exists. If I change the name, execute the message, I get message OK. Good. So my validation is working. It works. And let's have a look one more time to the format of the error. I don't like this format. I want to add here additional parameters. I want to see, for example, status code. I want to see the info, and how can I override this format? To do so, I need to create special error handler. I'll do it into the backend directory and create error handler py. Then I import exception handler, define the function, get the response from the exception handler, and check it. If the response is not none, I add some information to the response. I add status code. Status 1, it means some error. 0, it means everything okay. And some response info when I put the context view, so information about the view where exception was happened. And then I return the response. So now I need to put this custom exception handler globally inside my settings of the REST framework application, REST framework. I open settings file, go to the end, and put this variable here, and point it to my custom exception handler function. So now if I execute one more time, I see an error about error handler. Could not import. Probably I made a mistake with the name. Custom exception handler. Sorry. Instead of E, I should use A handler. Okay. Again. So now with the message with exception, with the error, I see the status code, the status, and where it happened. And for now I'm ready, absolutely ready to load my users through my API using HTTP requests. To make HTTP requests I need one library, and this library is named as requests. So I add it to requirements txt and install it by pip installer. Then I need to define a special variable in the global space in the settings of my project, where define the URL of my API. And inside the load users command I will import requests and IP URL variable. Then before I load users, I need to clear my database and delete the whole profiles. I'll do it with the function delete method, and then I will loop over female key. Then I make a request, post request to the this endpoint, and pass the user as a JSON parameter here, and then print what I got from the server, and then they do the same with the mail accounts. Run the command, and I see OK message, and I see the request that comes to come to my server. And I hope to see whole users in the admin interface. So guys, that's all what I was going to tell you today. Thank you for your patience. See you next time.